Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be another New Year's Eve tutorial, and I love the way that it turned out. I think that it's so beautiful. I think it's very sultry, and I think that it's perfect for New Year's Eve. This makeup tutorial is going to be a voiceover because I really wanted to just sit down and focus on what exactly I wanted to do. I did have an idea in my head, but I was kind of just in the zone with this tutorial. I've been wanting to do these colors for a very long time, so I'm happy that I was able to create this look for you guys today. If you are new to my channel, then welcome. I hope you're here to stay. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell button down below. That way you are notified every single time I upload a video. If you all are interested in seeing how I create this look, then just keep watching and we'll get right into the tutorial. Alright guys, so I started with the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer, and then I went in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shade 205. I chose this foundation because, one, it's affordable, it is extremely glowy, and for a luminous foundation, this really does last quite a long time, and it is pretty much full coverage. So to maximize the coverage even more with this foundation, I am first applying it with my Morphe M439 foundation brush, and I'm just applying it in patting motions instead of sweeping to avoid any streaks in the foundation. And then I go over it with a beauty blender or a beauty sponge to make the application a little bit more flawless, absorb any extra product. So now we are going to apply our Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. This is the first time that I've used this in the video. I have been trying it out. It is a pretty good concealer. It's very comparable to the Shape Tape, and it is very long wearing, so I did decide to apply this today. You can apply whatever concealer that you so choose, but know that you should work with one eye at a time when it comes to this concealer. It's very thin, and it's more on the drier side for a concealer, so you really have to work with it quickly. So I work one eye at a time. I blend it out with my finger, and then I dab away any of the excess product and help blend it out even more with my beauty sponge. I also like to apply the concealer on my chin and my forehead because I'm using this concealer not only to conceal any dark circles, but I'm also using it to balance the highlight all the way across our complexion. So now we are going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I have been using this in the past couple tutorials. I absolutely love it. This is in the shade Light Medium, and I am applying it with my damp beauty sponge to make more of a flawless finish underneath the eyes, and then I'm also setting wherever we put the concealer on our forehead and our chin. So for this tutorial, we are going to be working back and forth with the new Wet n Wild 10 shadow palettes in Comfort Zone and Not a Basic Peach. So the first shade we're going in is from the Comfort Zone palette. It's the lighter transition shade on the side there, and I am applying the shadow in the crease with the Morphe E22 blending brush with a very light hand, and I'm building up the color. So I'm concentrating the color on the outer corner like always, and then once I feel like I put the majority of the shadow from the brush on the outer corner, I then sweep whatever's remaining on the brush into the inner part of my crease. That way it just creates a very blended look and a gradient effect. So now we're going into the Not a Basic Peach palette in the darker transition shade, and we are taking our Morphe E17 blending brush. I have used these two blending brushes in the past couple tutorials, and I'm telling you guys, ever since I purchased these, they have changed my blending game. So I highly recommend them. The Morphe M433 blending brush, the white-haired one that everyone loves, honestly, it's not that great because it's very scratchy and it frays really easily, but these brushes here are from the Elite collection, I believe, and they're extremely soft, they haven't frayed, and they have held their shape thus far, and I have been using them ever since I bought them. So now we are going to go into the Comfort Zone palette, into this blue-brown shade. It reminds me a lot of the Blue Brown Pigment by MAC, also Makeup Geek's Insomnia Pigment. So if you don't have the new Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, you can use those two products, or this is the same exact shade that is in their old formulated version of the Comfort Zone palette. So you do have a few options in obtaining this color, since I know that this tutorial is going up so late, but we are just packing this color onto the lid. I would highly suggest packing it with a flat synthetic brush like my Sonia Kashuk one I always use. I just didn't have that with me while I was filming this tutorial, but it would apply this shadow much more easily than the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush that I used. So I'm packing the medium transition shade from the Peach palette once again with the smaller Morphe blending brush that we used, and I'm kind of just concentrating the color a little bit more on the outer corner and bringing it up into the crease as well. So I'm taking this highlighting shade from the Comfort Zone palette and putting it on the inner corners as well as the brow bone. And then I am going in with a new product from Wet n Wild. It is the Megalast Liquid Catsuit Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Cosmic Teal. So I made a huge Wet n Wild order online, so that's where I got this from. I assume that you guys most likely don't have it in your collection. If you do, that is awesome. But I use this product basically to add more shimmer on top of this look because it is for New Year's Eve. So if you don't have this product and you can't find it in stores, don't worry about it. You can use a glitter liner. So for instance, Urban Decay has their glitter liner. You can use the white one, which is more holographic, and it won't necessarily change the color of your eyeshadow, but it will just add glitter to your look. So now we are going into the darker transition shade in the Comfort Zone palette, and I am concentrating that on the outer corner. This is a Makeup Geek defined crease brush, and I'm doing this to blend the liquid eyeshadow because blending liquid eyeshadow can be difficult, but a trick to doing so is by adding darker colors on the edges there like we are doing now. So I went into the Peach palette in the darkest matte shade with my Sigma pencil brush, and I am concentrating that on the outer border and outer crease of our eye and the liquid eyeshadow. When you're blending shadows with the liquid eyeshadow, you don't want to overlap the liquid eyeshadow too much. The reason why is because the liquid eyeshadow can start to flake off if you blend it too much. So try to use a very light hand and do minimal blending. So I applied the Inglot Gel Liner number 77 on the upper and bottom waterline. And then I am smudging that out with the darker transition shade from the Comfort Zone palette with my Sigma flat definer brush. Now I am going into the lighter transition shade from the same Comfort Zone palette with a pencil brush, and I am applying that on the outer border underneath where we applied that darker transition shade. That way when you look at our lower lash line, it's going to look like a gradient. So the highlighter that I'm using today is from Maybelline. It's their Master Chrome Gold highlighter. It is stunning. It is probably the best highlighter from the drugstore, and I love this. It looks great on light, medium, and darker skin tones. I am applying this with my Morphe fan brush, and then I'm going into the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer with my e.l.f. blush brush, I believe, and I am just kind of making it more of a blended bronzed look, not very precise. I actually forgot to contour, so if you would like to contour, then go ahead. I am taking the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Rose Dioro and applying that in between where we applied our bronzer and our highlighter. Applying these three products in this order is going to give you the most blended look on your cheeks. And then finally, I am applying the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Stripped on my lips. If you would like to use maybe a medium brown, that will look pretty too, but you guys know how I am with my smoky eyes and my nude lips. Because we want our makeup to last, I am going to set the rest of the face with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I have been loving this so much lately, and I think that it's a great setting spray from the drugstore. Alright guys, that completes this look. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you do decide to recreate it, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I do leave my Instagram and my Snapchat down below, so don't forget to follow me on there. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe before you leave. As well as hit that bell button down below. That way you are notified every single time that I upload, since I don't have a regular uploading schedule quite yet. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a very fun and safe New Year's Eve. I want to wish you guys a very happy 2018. I hope that it is your year. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me, and I will see you in 2018. Bye guys.